all covered in today's China Truths.
To every electric car owner in China, think twice before plugging in. What's meant to power your ride could very well destroy it, or you. Just days ago in Sichuan, a charging station erupted into a fireball. Flames shot skyward, thick smoke blanketed the streets, and panicked drivers scrambled to drag their cars away, some barely escaping with their lives. No one knows for sure whether it was the charger or the battery that blew, but one thing is terrifyingly clear. In scorching heat, an EV can instantly become a ticking time bomb. Once a lithium battery ignites, you have mere seconds before it explodes into an uncontrollable inferno. And this isn't a rare headline. On July 7th in Guizhou, another EV burst into flames roadside. Within minutes, nothing remained but a charred shell. Firefighters arrived, only to helplessly watch it smolder. Yet for many EV owners, the nightmare isn't only fire. It's the daily grind that drains your sanity. One frustrated driver shared his nightmare. He spent over 70,000 yuan on a BYD Seagull, expecting convenience. Instead, a simple family trip turned into a freezing 3-day ordeal. What should have been a 1-day drive from Henan to Shandong dragged on with 5 charging stops and constant anxiety. In 10-degree Celsius weather, he didn't dare turn on the heater, terrified the battery would die before the next charging station. His words were brutal. "I didn't buy a car, I bought stress." So are electric cars really the future, or just an expensive illusion? Here's the raw, unfiltered truth the glossy ads won't tell you. Safety first. Most EVs still rely on liquid lithium batteries and highly flammable. A minor crash can trigger a short circuit and deadly fire. Gas cars can burn too, but the risk is far lower. Range is another myth. Advertised mileage looks great on paper, but highways in cold weather expose the lie. Gas cars cruise effortlessly while EV owners wait in endless charging queues, watching their battery bars drain. And resale value? Almost nothing. A 10-year-old gas car still sells. Try a 5-year-old EV, most dealers won't even touch it. Manufacturers promise lifetime warranties while bleeding money. The question is, how long can that promise last? Owning an EV today can feel less like convenience and more like stepping into a trap. Don't believe it? Take one on a road trip and see for yourself. A friend of mine learned the hard way. Driving his EV on a summer highway, he got stuck in a 5-hour traffic jam under scorching 38°C heat. With the battery draining fast, he avoided turning on the AC. Instead, he roasted, windows down, sweat pouring, while gas car drivers cruised by comfortably. By the time he reached home, he said it felt less like a trip and more like punishment. And fire or range anxiety is only the beginning. A more subtle risk exists: battery leaks that could be harmful. Not long ago, a woman reportedly collapsed shortly after entering her EV. Investigators found that the battery had released toxic gases. On July 8th in Zhengzhou, Mr. Zhou experienced a similar scare. A strange odor near his car seemed harmless, but the moment he sat inside, he began choking. He barely escaped before passing out. Doctors confirmed exposure to toxic fumes. Even his brother, who drove him to the hospital, felt sick from lingering fumes. The manufacturer noted that lithium batteries can emit harmful gases if overheated past 300 degrees C. Mr. Zhou is still waiting for answers. The incident sparked social media discussion and concern. Many believe the odor was hydrogen sulfide, a gas with a rotten egg smell. One comment went viral. "This isn't just a car problem, it's a serious safety concern." And these are not isolated cases. Across China, EV fire reports increased during hot summer months. The risk isn't just local. Internationally, the cargo ship Morning Midas, carrying over 3,000 cars from China to Mexico, caught fire near Alaska's Aleutian Islands. Among the cargo were 65 full EVs and nearly 700 hybrids. The ship departed Yantai on May 26th, aiming for June 15th arrival. Disaster struck June 3rd, when smoke appeared from the EV deck. Fire spread quickly. Crew members fought the flames but had to abandon ship. All 22 crew survived, but the vessel drifted in the North Pacific for weeks before sinking. Investigators haven't confirmed the cause, but lithium batteries are suspected. Bloomberg cited an alliance report noting the potential risk of shipping thousands of lithium batteries together. Back in China, EV fire headlines keep appearing. In Nanshan, a new energy vehicle reportedly erupted on a busy street near the Jiangxi Provincial Museum. Cause remains unclear. Meanwhile, drivers are reaching their limit. Blogger Yang shared his regret after owning an EV for less than 2 years. Initially attracted by flashy ads and persuasive sales pitches, he soon faced reality. "Whatever joy I felt buying the car," he said, "is nothing compared to the regret I feel now." Here's what he learned. He expected to save on fuel. He did. But high maintenance costs followed. Insurance is roughly 30% higher than gas cars. Repairs even worse. Parts are expensive, and most garages won't handle EVs. That leaves only 4S shops, where each visit feels like a costly ordeal. And the range? It's mostly a fantasy. The numbers you see when buying an EV are lab results. Perfect, controlled conditions. In real-world driving, those numbers shrink fast, especially in freezing winters. Every trip becomes a tense calculation, a survival game against mileage anxiety. Turn on the heater for a few minutes? Forget it. You'll drain the battery before reaching the next charging station. Over time, it only gets worse. After a few years, batteries degrade, forcing longer and more frequent charging stops. And charging itself is painfully slow. Even fast charging means waiting an hour. Normal charging, 3 to 5 hours. Compare that to a gas car, where refueling takes mere minutes. With an EV, every road trip feels like a mental and physical marathon. His nightmare hit its peak during last year's Chinese New Year. Driving to Beijing in bitter winter, he turned on the heater briefly, and the battery plummeted. With no station nearby, his family shivered inside the car. When he finally found a charger, the line stretched endlessly. It took 6 hours before he could even plug in. Other travelers had eaten, rested, and gone to bed while he and his family froze, waiting in line. Eventually, he gave up. Last month, he sold the EV and switched back to a gas-powered car. His warning was harsh but clear. After 6 years, the shrinking range made the EV almost useless, and replacing the battery would have cost nearly as much as buying a brand new vehicle. And the problem isn't just winter. In Suzhou, where summer temperatures soar above 38 degrees, data shows EVs losing up to 31% of their range in extreme heat. People used to think EV struggles were limited to cold winters. Now we know summer is just as brutal. One driver shared a shocking revelation. In the morning, his car displayed a 220-kilometer range. By evening, after sitting idle all day, it had dropped to 176 kilometers. Nearly 50 kilometers vanished without moving a single mile. Why? He had turned on the AC 5 or 6 times, each session lasting 10-20 minutes, just to keep the cabin cool. By nightfall, the parked EV had lost almost 50 kilometers of range, merely from standing there. For many EV owners, this daily drain is a constant source of stress. Range anxiety isn't just an occasional worry, it's a relentless, exhausting reality. Every heater blast, every AC session, every unexpected detour turns the EV into a ticking clock of frustration. If this is supposed to be the future of driving, it feels more like a slow-moving disaster than a revolution. Long trips become endurance tests. Short errands turn into careful strategy games, and the promise of freedom feels distant. After buying electric cars, many Chinese drivers quickly realized the harsh reality. They had left their gas-powered vehicles hoping for convenience and savings, only to face endless charging stops, range anxiety, and high maintenance costs. Long trips became nightmares, heaters and air conditioners drained batteries, and repair shops refused to handle their cars. What was supposed to be the future of driving turned into daily stress and frustration. Social media is flooded with complaints from owners who regret abandoning gas cars. They long for the reliability, quick refueling, and freedom they once had. For them, EVs are no longer a dream, but a costly mistake. Meanwhile, China's electric car industry is sliding into crisis. Millions of vehicles sit unsold in warehouses, unable to find buyers. Reports show EV factories struggling with overcapacity, plummeting profits, and mounting debts. Marketing promises of long range and safety clash with harsh, real-world experiences. Consumers are wary, choosing to stick with tried-and-true gasoline cars instead. Social media posts documenting battery failures, fires, and charging frustrations only worsen public trust. The once booming EV sector now faces a steep decline as demand collapses and inventories pile up. In the end, for many, owning an EV isn't about convenience or innovation. It's about calculation, compromise, and constant anxiety. And that's the uncomfortable truth the glossy ads won't tell you. Thank you for watching our video. China Truths is where you'll find the latest and most reliable updates. If you found this content valuable, please remember to like and subscribe. Your support means a lot and helps us continue bringing you new stories. See you again in the next video.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.